The carnivore diet today is gaining rapid popularity, and for good reason. You not only lose weight on the carnivore diet, but it totally transforms your health, and then it totally transforms the whole of your lifestyle. But the reality is that about 90% of people who start the carnivore diet drop out within the first few weeks. And that is tragic because you've made the biggest decision of all to start. You are so close to a breakthrough and then you drop out. I have found there's a number of reasons why people drop out, but there is one reason. And this reason comes up over and over again. People get frustrated, they get caught out, they get hung up on this one issue, and it derails the whole diet for them. I am Larry, the carnivore pensioner, and this channel is all about inspiring people over the age of 50 to really thrive living a carnivore diet and lifestyle. In this video today, I wanted to talk about this one reason that traps more people into quitting than any other reason I know. And it's really important that we get hold of this when we start the carnivore diet so that we don't become yet one more victim of its power to destroy you, to take you right off the rails. Nearly everyone I know starts the carnivore diet with one reason in mind. That is, they want to lose weight. And that's a good reason. We all want to lose weight, well, most of us do. And we come to the carnivore diet wanting to lose weight because that's what every diet in the past has promised us. If you're anything like me, you tried every other diet under the sun. And although they might have worked for a little while, you eventually quit and gave up, and all the weight came back and more because you were hungry all the time, because you had to count calories or you had to measure portion sizes, and we go off the rails. And we come to carnivore with that same mindset that we're going to lose some weight. The big change, the big difference with carnivore is that we are not hungry. But things can go terribly wrong in the first couple of weeks especially. Let me tell you about my first 2 weeks on carnivore. It was not a pretty picture. I was not ready for it. I was not prepared. But in the first 2 weeks of carnivore, I had what I thought was chronic fatigue. I mean, I could hardly lift my head off the pillow. I could hardly get up and walk around. I was incredibly tired all the time. I was irritable and cranky. I had headaches. I had severe sugar cravings and carb cravings. I was constipated, and that's no fun at all. And on top of all of that, when I weighed myself each day, I had lost absolutely nothing. You see, this is what happens to so many people when we start carnivore. The first 2 weeks are tough. And your first 2 weeks may not be like mine, but I'll guarantee they will be tough. And you think, well, I want to lose weight, so I'm just going to grin and bear it. I'll get through this time. And you're doing okay until the moment you get the scales out. And you stand on the scales and you suddenly realize that despite all the hardship, despite all the pain, despite all the difficulty that you've experienced so far, you've lost no weight at all. I wanted to tell you, well, I probably don't need to tell you, that is very demoralizing. There's nothing to match the disappointment of that. You've worked hard, you're suffering, you're going through all these transition stages that are so difficult, and to add insult to injury, you've lost no weight at all. Your self-esteem plummets to the floor, and you begin to say, I must be doing something wrong. And I've had so many people email me or contact me with exactly that phrase, I must be doing something wrong because I'm 2 or 3 or 4 days in and I'm not losing any weight. You're not doing anything wrong at all. The fact is that quite often you don't lose any weight at the beginning of carnivore. Dr. Chaffee is always reminding us that sometimes the body has just got to heal first and that weight loss will come later. So there could be a variety of reasons why we're not losing weight. You see, what we've got to grasp, friends, is that carnivore is much more than a diet. It's different to any other diet you've ever seen or experienced because carnivore will help you lose weight and the weight loss will come, I promise you, but it does far more than that. Carnivore impacts the whole of your life. It impacts your physical health. I know just for myself, I had extremely high blood pressure. I'd had it for 12 months. I've been on medication with absolutely no improvement whatsoever. But 3 weeks on carnivore, my blood pressure dropped from 179/90 right down to 110/80. Now that's a dramatic drop, and it stayed there. I reversed my pre-diabetes, I reversed my fatty liver, I reversed arthritis. I used to have severe arthritic pain in my fingers and my joints, and that has totally disappeared. It reversed plantar fasciitis in my feet. I could never walk more than a few steps, but now I walked 10 Ks the other day without any trouble at all. I could never have done that before. But on top of all these physical benefits, there's a whole lot of other benefits too. Your mental clarity just goes off the charts. The brain fog lifts. You feel so sharp, so alive, so vibrant every day. You've got energy that you never realized you had before. I'm 68 years of age, and I reckon I've got more energy and I feel better than what I did 30 years ago. It really is that much of a difference. It impacts your whole life. But more than that, it gets into the mind, and it changes your mindset about food. It changes your mindset about family and what's important in your life. It helps you to think clearly through the things that really matter. It affects your body, it affects your mind, it affects your spirit. So many people say that mental illness just is broken on the carnivore diet, that they're able to get off medications that they've been on sometimes for decades, and they have freedom from mental illness, freedom from migraines, freedom from headaches. Folks, this is huge. This is far more than weight loss. And I don't know about you, but some of these health conditions, if you could reverse some of these things, that's worth far more than just weight loss alone. But the truth is that you will lose weight. Weight loss will come, I promise you, but it may take time, and the key has to be patience. So here's my advice for you starting carnivore. Here it is in one line: put the scales away. Particularly the first few weeks. Put the scales away in the cupboard and forget about them, and focus not so much on your weight, but focus on your health. Focus on how you feel. If you want to write something down, and it's good to journal things, instead of journaling your weight, maybe journal your feelings, your moods. Keep track of what's happening in your body each day, and jot down any changes that you're aware of, or any improvement here or there. I would, you can still weigh yourself, but leave it at least a week. I would say 2 weeks. Get through the first 2 weeks. It's challenging enough without having the disillusionment of checking the scales and finding you've lost no weight. Everything is starting in those first 2 weeks. It's a tough period, but it's an exciting period. You've started the journey of your lifetime. You've started the biggest transformation that you've ever dreamed possible. I want to say to you, don't give up before you start. Don't give all this away because of a number on the scales. Those things will come in time. You will transform the whole of your life. This will have a greater impact on you and your body and your mind and your spirit than you ever dreamed possible. So stay the course, keep going, put the scales away, and focus on your health. Don't make the mistake that everybody makes starting carnivore of looking only at your weight. It's a huge mistake. I hope this little piece of advice today that's been on my heart, and I just had to get down here to the hay shed and get it off my chest, but I wanted to communicate to you that this is more than just about weight. Look, I would encourage you to write in the comments your experiences, your difficulties, your story of weight loss, particularly if you've got an encouragement for someone just starting out and facing that terrible situation of looking at the scales when there's no weight loss. Drop a line in the comments, give a word of encouragement, and if you could like and subscribe to this video, that would help. Recently I made a video on 10 mistakes that I made when I started carnivore, and if you want to have a look at that, I will leave a link to the description above and you can watch it there. But I will see you on the next video. Until then, keep telling your story.